If your company's deploying a couple handful of microservices, use something that's more cloud native, like Azure Web Apps or Google Functions or AWS Fargate. Like, you don't need all the overhead for every problem set.
I'm not completely convinced, but it's still my hot take.
Right.
There. What's the hot take that you've got?
Honestly, it's I'm gonna amend or applaud Roy Fielding. RESTful architecture is phenomenal, except no one's doing it. We only do REST-like. The few people that are possibly doing RESTful, congrats. You have done something that most people can't seem to comprehend or do or don't want to take the time to do. But I think if we kind of like microservices, if we take a step back and see all the value that these ideologies came up with, microservices were the 12 factors, one database per service as one purpose. That sounds great until your cloud bill is 20, instances wide because you have 20 microservices. You're paying out the wazoo for different database servers. It doesn't make a lot of sense, right? Same with doing full RESTful architecture. In most cases, doesn't make a lot of sense. But using the principles to be REST-like, choosing what makes sense for you at this time to solve your problem is what is best. Right now, you can still use some style guides, you can still do some standards and follow some principles, but like doing the microservice thing as well, the 12 factors, build modular code that are using libraries or packages to where each package is a service. So the server that's running is 10 packages loading up 10 different endpoints or 10 different microservices in one server. So you're paying one bill. And to control your database, you have one database server with 10 schemas instead. That way, as you see things scale independently, you can move them out. But everyone's so constrained to, well, Roy Fielding said this. Well, 12 factors this. Well, Facebook uses GraphQL. Like, all of it's very holy war or, tied to, well, everyone's doing this. Like, another one, love Kelsey Hightower's Kubernetes. It's solved a lot of problems. Not everyone should be using Kubernetes. It does not solve the problems for everyone. It has a lot of high level abstractions to solve problems for massive systems with many thousands of microservices. If your company's deploying a handful of microservices, use something that's more cloud native, like Azure Web Apps or Google Functions or AWS Fargate. Like, you don't need all the overhead for every problem set.
The nuance is there.
Yes.
There's no silver bullet. And I'm going to make this argument in my talk tomorrow. One of the talks I'm giving is we all went to microservices thinking it was going to fix our API problems.
Yeah.
And we tore down the monolith, and now we just got services everywhere that.
Did we tear down the monolith? It's more of a distributed monolith now. Like, all we did was add an extra layer in there.
True.